Welcome back to the Bayonetta podcast. Hey,
Hooray.
it's not like it's been 6 months or anything.
We're back.
We're back. We're gonna have so much Bayonetta stuff to talk about, as we always do.
Oh god.
As always, I've got my good friend
Sure.
Ursa.
Thanks, friend. I'm back. Hello?
Yes. Always happy to have you here, friend.
Yeah, so I don't know, should we mention the fact that we already recorded this video, but we're not using that recording?
Yeah, so I didn't really want to bring up that whole thing, but yeah, personal stuff came up and I didn't want to use that recording because I was kind of a mess at the time. So we're re-recording it now because basically I don't have the motivation to edit that video anymore. Hopefully this time will be better.
That was a pretty long recording from what I remember. So it's probably good that you didn't.
It was over 2 hours, and I think a lot of it probably should have been cut anyway. Not that it was personal stuff that should be cut, it was just like really rambling shit.
Yeah, it was rambling about inane stuff that I don't think really anyone wants to listen to. So.
Nah.
We'll try to keep it to the length of this video, I assume?
Well, roughly, but you know, they end up being just Bayo podcasts, quote unquote, anyway, which people seem to enjoy. I think a lot of people these days don't actually watch videos anymore, they just listen to them.
That's
so
true,
just
yeah.
getting it on that video podcast kind of niche.
I'm
And
just
add on
thinking
Bayonetta,
though,
that'd be a good explanation.
we're like halfway through this LP. There's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, but I mean, let's think. There's always stuff to talk about. We can talk about how flat her breasts are.
So flat.
So flat.
So wait, because you're saying
Sorry.
you're saying that in the PC port that her breasts aren't actually the right size. Is that correct?
It's the same in the Wii U version. So in game, the actual Jeanne model in game has flat breasts. But it's weird because this one here seems like it's correct as well. Because I'm pretty sure in the original Xbox PS3 version, she's got more breasts than what she had there. So I'm not really sure anymore.
So was
All
it
I
just during
remember is
cutscenes?
Yeah, normally during cutscenes where Jeanne is supposed to actually show up, she has the flat breast, but the actual in-game model where Bayo is supposed to be, she didn't have the fixed boobs.
Oh,
But
how
now I'm not so sure
disappointing!
anymore. I know.
That's not like Platinum Games' attention to detail to miss something
Well,
like
technically
that.
speaking, given that originally it was on the Wii U version, they didn't do the Wii U port, so maybe that's why.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
But no, I was gonna ask you about the last challenge that I posted. Did it really take you that long?
It took me a lot longer than I'm willing to admit because it's quite embarrassing the fact that I just got so competitive about that challenge, which I don't think anyone else entered. So
No, they didn't. Like
Okay.
to be fair, when I set that and I recorded that video, I think there's not going to be very many people who are actually going to want to do this. So it kind of was just like, hey, Ursa,
well, see,
can you beat this?
the thing about that challenge, like when you posted it, I was like, oh yes, I'm going to do this. But then I read the guidelines, and you're so specific about do's and don'ts. And I thought, what's the fun in this? There's no creativity here. But I still did it anyway.
You did.
I learned a lot actually about enemy behaviors while doing that, so
That's
it was
cool.
good practice. But yeah,
I'm
infuriating.
assuming specifically maybe about the joys, or
Actually, it was
Just
more about the ardor, like
okay.
well, not so much enemy behavior, but I guess how they react to getting hit. So if you were to knock one away with a Wicked Weave, it actually takes a significant amount of time for them to actually get back up on their feet, which was costing me a lot of time in the challenge. So learning how to get around that, so after knocking them away with a Wicked Weave, to always bring them back in with the whip, because they would always land on their feet.
Oh yeah.
That saves a significant amount of time. So stuff like that, you know, very minor things.
Okay, well, I mean, when you get to a challenge which was basically a minute and a half, you have to think about those sort of things you want to shave off.
Yes.
And I have a couple of strategies that I could probably beat your time, but I haven't got around
No.
to recording it yet.
I want to hear about them though, because I saw you saying that, and I just rolled my eyes and thought, yeah, nah. Because I tried out every strategy in the book, and I could not get under that time.
Well, like I said, it was untested, but what I'm thinking probably is that you could probably use Zero because he earns magic a little bit faster.
Oh, okay.
So you can pump out more. You can pump out more Wicked Weaves like Tetsuzankos and Heel Stomps. And I would probably also incorporate Sergei's lover as well. So you'd kill the two guys, the two Ardors, so you get their angel weapons. Activate Sergei's lover, and you can, if assuming you activate Witch Time fast enough with the Fairness and Fearless, you could probably taper them pretty quickly with the angel weapon.
That angel weapon's pretty shitty though.
You use the 3-swing combo, so the punch combo.
Is that more powerful?
Yeah, because there are some attacks obviously that the shadows don't pick up, but if you do the 3-swing combo, which is, yeah, it's slow, but it should do more damage than just, yeah. But I haven't tried it out yet. I'm still trying to record something else at the moment.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, because I actually didn't know that Zero built magic quicker than all the other characters.
Oh, yeah, a lot faster.
Oh, okay. Well, I still wasn't willing to try him because, yeah, I've unlocked him, but I haven't started.
Yeah.
And that was
why
the same.
I was streaming him earlier this week.
Oh, you just want to get through it, yeah. That was the same issue I had with Jean, is the fact that I haven't really been using the play file much. So, you know, I had gotten up to that chapter, but I actually haven't unlocked a whole lot of stuff yet. So accessories, like I still had room for like another accessory like Eternal Testimony, but haven't managed to buy it yet. So
yeah, 500,000. It's a lot. But you know, you still beat me.
That's true. So I got that to be proud of, I guess.
You're an A-OK good Bayonetta player.
Certified Bayonetta player.
Certified Bayonetta player. Certified by me. I have the authority to say that.
It's like official certification, or like kinda semi-official.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you need qualifications to be able to play Bayonetta. If I catch you guys playing uncertified Bayonetta, I will hunt you down and heel stomp you.
Now to get my master's degree.
Well, to do that, you got to write a massive essay about Bayonetta.
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm sure throughout, you know, you've been playing the game for a while as well. You've probably written massive screeds about how good or bad the game is or something. Or maybe you don't. I don't know.
No, I definitely have. More just like ramblings. Inane kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Ramblings.
Venting posts when I get frustrated at the game, but no, not like full-on essays. Like if you read any of the stuff that I wrote about the game, you could pick flaws in the logic, but that's because I'm in like a highly emotional state where I'm like just pissed at the game.
Oh yeah, I totally understand that. But I mean, I've been trying to script some new Bayo stuff, and it's really hard actually. Because people have been asking me, oh, when are you going to do that video where you compare Bayo 1 and 2? And I'm like, it's been on my mind for like 3 years basically, but I haven't written anything. And I'm kind of having trouble even figuring out how to approach the video, or the essay, or whatever.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought you already did that multiple times.
Technically no, not in a single area. Like, I think most of my complaints are spread out across the Bayo 2 LP and through my Bayo 2 streamed LP and all the Bayo 2 content, and also those 3 podcasts that I did.
And even,
but nothing that...
Even the Bayo 1 streams.
Oh, God, yeah. Basically anything now post Bayo 2 is just a constant bitch fest about Bayo 2. But no, nothing actually like formalized or any kind of non-ranting kind of attempt to be rational kind of essay.
Is that even possible for you?
You know, I think I like to pride myself on being able to be objective. When it needs to be, at least. You know, obviously I can rant about it whenever the hell I like, but when I'm trying to produce a video, which is I'm trying to have mostly impartial, largely objective observations, yeah.
Because you don't want people to just say, "Oh, she's just mad because it's different."
Yeah. Oh, that's been put forward so many times. I'm just mad because it's different. I'm mad because it's on the Wii U or some sort of dumb argument like that. Yeah. So I kind of don't know actually how I'm going to approach that video, because there's a lot of areas which I would talk about And I don't know whether it would even be a good idea to even just directly compare 1 and 2, because that's already setting myself up for a bad video.
What do you mean, like changes in mechanics and all that?
Yeah, like I can't... To really be objective at Bayo 2, you need to kind of look at it in isolation. Keeping with the idea that it's been influenced by the first game, but you can't, you shouldn't. And I'm basically trying to see from the perspective of people who don't think that Bayo 2 is a bad game. So this is my dilemma here, basically.
Well, it's not a bad game.
I'm trying to be nice about it. No, it's not a bad game.
It's just not a good Bayonetta game, like you've said.
We've said that multiple times now.
I know.
It's just... I have trouble looking at it by itself because I am obviously so attached to the source material.
Yeah.
This is weird.
I know, it's...
My Wii U again. I had to fire up my Wii U to finish recording this goddamn LP.
I was just looking at the video and how grey it is. Like, the PC version isn't that much better, but on the Wii U it just...
No,
really
the PC version is much closer to the Xbox version. The Wii U one is so bad.
It doesn't help that you have Jan's hair flapping around in this big grey glory.
Oh god, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure it looked bad in this game and it looked bad in the second game as well, so that hair's always looked bad.
No, I actually don't mind it in this game. Like, it's not good, but relatively speaking,
No,
I think it's actually got
relatively
better animation.
It's not bad. Yeah. It's just that because you're in boss mode, you can see what she's doing because of all the big fists and stuff, but in Bayo 2, where she's just normal like that, it's covering up everything.
That's a good point, actually, yeah. I was actually kind of disappointed that they didn't bring, I guess, quote-unquote boss mode back in Bayonetta 2. Like, because they have Umbra and Climax, but it doesn't really give you that sense of power that you got during the big boss fight chapters.
This is the kind of problem I have, right? Because when sorry, taking it back to the video of why Bayo 2 is not a good game.
Yep.
I can't exactly say, well, Umbra and Climax is bad because it doesn't differentiate between normal gameplay and a boss.
Yes.
Although I think that's a pretty good observation in of itself without taking into account that this exists in Bayo 1.
Well, because the thing is, I don't want people to think that I actually like the serious mode in this game. Like, it's not particularly fun. Like, compared to Umbra and Climax, I think Umbra and Climax is more... It gives you more agency.
It's got more depth. Umbra and Climax got more depth there.
Right, but when you get to those big boss battles, you just lose that sense of, the big, grand
it's like,
climax,
she's letting her hair down now, it's a big deal now. Whereas the bosses in the second game are largely not memorable for me.
Yeah, no, there's 4? 3, 4?
There's Glamour, there's Valor, and then there's Insidious.
Oh, Gamora at the start, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Gamora's... I still like the first level of Bayo 2, so yeah. I don't completely hate the game, guys.
It's fun, but it's all on rails.
I'm gonna spend the rest of my life, like, trying to explain to people, no, I do not hate Bayo 2, I just think it's a bad Bayonetta game. And people will never ever understand that.
You should just change your Twitter description to that. It's your catchphrase.
I don't hate Bayo 2. Or I do hate Bayo 2, who knows? I'll just revel in the whole I hate Bayo 2 thing.
It sustains you. The hatred.
Yeah, well, sometimes I like to go on GameFAQs and see all the kind of dumb shit people are writing about the game. It's like, no, you guys are all just wrong.
Are people still talking about the game on GameFAQs? I haven't checked in ages.
They are. There's a bunch of people who are trying to dig as much information and stuff out of the game as possible. So things like, R-Wings does more damage than the regular guns, or did you know that actually the hammer is actually really powerful, or stuff like that. And I read through it all. I don't think there's anything that's particularly groundbreaking. And I have this habit of looking... I have this habit of reading through it and it's like, that's just wrong, and I'm just going to discount everything else. Like when they said, there's no point using Pulleys Butterfly with Jeanne and Bayo 2 because she can't get Moth Within with them, which is blatantly not true in Bayo 2. That was one thing they fixed about Pulleys Butterfly in 2.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. So, what, you can't get Bat Within on Police Butterfly in Bayonetta 1?
No, you can't, because the butterflies just take a hit and they get consumed. Whereas in Bayo 2, you can actually still get Moth Within or Bat Within with them on.
Well, see, that
Plus
doesn't
also
really...
the whole...
Go ahead.
Sorry. It makes sense in the first game, but it makes sense in the second game as well. So to me, it's like I'm pretty happy with that change. Like, there's a lot of instances in Bayo 2 where I look at it and say, that's a good change. I can live with that. Or maybe I don't agree with it, but I can see that it's a good change.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I was just going to say, Police Butterfly to me, the fact that it wouldn't trigger Bat Within seems like that's how it should function.
Yeah, right, it makes sense because it's meant to take a hit for you, and you do Bat Within because you're just about to get hit.
Yeah.
And actually you do theoretically get hit because you still see the flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we're kind of just digging into the whole, it should be this way because lore.
Well, yeah, but also, because you don't want an accessory like Police Butterfly to be too forgiving, because it's a safety net for really
that's true.
Starter players, I guess.
Yeah, but I still sort of struggle with how it was implemented in Bayo 2, given how magic is just so important in this game now.
Well, that kind of goes for all the accessories that use magic.
Yeah,
I would
that's a
argue.
good point. The most best way to do damage in Bayo 2, or the best use of your magic in Bayo 2, is to use Umbran Climax, because torture attacks only target one enemy. They force them to drop an angel weapon or a demon weapon, but that doesn't necessarily do more damage. In fact, unless it's the what's that demon that looks like gears and stuff?
Oh, Pain? Pride? Pain.
Yeah, I think Pain, yeah. The blue one and the red one. That weapon is probably the most highest damaging enemy weapon. And that's about it. Everything else everything else is really, really, really bad. So, in that sense, why would you bother doing a torture attack to get an angel weapon that does piddling damage?
That's true, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I actually do like the big, what are they, the ice flails? But you don't need to torture attack the enemy to get them. But, you know.
No, they just drop them. Or you can't even torture attack those guys anyway because they're like a large enemy.
Yeah, but it's still a fun angel weapon, was my point.
Yeah, it's a fast freeze thing, which is cool. Although I can't think of too many instances where you would... Even styling freezing an enemy.
No.
I haven't seen too much that you can do with it.
I think it works against the humanoid bosses, which is good.
Oh,
so you don't have to wait for, Undine to freeze them, because that takes like a whole minute.
Oh, man. Although I did read that if you use an Umbran Climax spray, it freezes them faster, which I can believe. It makes sense. But even then...
If they don't dodge it.
Yeah, if they don't dodge it. There's that whole problem of they just dodge through your attacks for whatever reason. Like, even most basic enemies will do that.
And that's the other thing, they even seem to dodge through the fire spray and the ice spray, and that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know that's like lore stuff, but like, they shouldn't be able to dodge like an AoE attack like that.
Yeah. Or, like, I'm trying my damned hardest to try and see the good in Bayo 2, and there are good things, but there are just fundamental problems with the game. And I know at this point I'm just preaching to my little hug box for people who agree with me. So I'm not going to get someone coming in and say, you're wrong, and you're a terrible person, and I think you should die? Probably?
Your Bayonetta 1 cult?
Yeah, my Bayo 1 cult, let's just call it that. I think someone on Twitter said Bayonetics.
Bayonetics, oh my god. That's actually pretty cool.
You should start a religion about Bayonetta and name its historical scripture Bayonetics.
I actually don't mind that. Bayonetics.
I'll start referring to all my fans as Bayonetics now, you heretics. God, no. I don't know, did you follow me on Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Did you ever watch that video by that Turbo Button guy that I linked just like a couple of hours ago?
Yes, I did see it before you linked it a couple months ago, I think.
Yeah, I remember watching it originally, but I didn't know what to say about it because there's not... I think Turbo Button kind of fits into this kind of area of people who write analyses of video games but don't really say much of anything. They just use a lot of words to describe really basic things.
Yeah, I can see that, but I actually enjoyed this video. I thought it was quite...
Yeah, the video itself is very good, but
It wasn't-
just the actual content. The content of it itself was like, I can't even really agree with some of this as well. Although I find it really hard to pinpoint exactly what it is I find wrong with it.
No, I don't think I had any problems with anything he said. Like, I think part of what gave his word more meaning than it would any other reviewer was the fact that his gameplay looked pretty impressive. It wasn't like someone just like fumbling through the game and talking about enemy design and all
Someone
that.
who's actually got some sort of mastery over the game.
Yeah, because I think I saw him use Taunt Offset, which is, you know, it's not too obscure, but it's something that your typical Bayo player probably wouldn't even do.
That's
pull
true.
off.
Okay. It's not that hard. Hell,
No,
you
it's
can
not
long
hard.
taunt stuff. You can long taunt stuff if you know how to do it.
I still can't do
still
that.
haven't quite...
I'm ashamed to admit I can't do a long taunt.
It's only in certain combos that you can do that with. I think ones that generally have pauses in them.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I think you might have told me that in the past. I just went out the
Yeah, it's in
window.
that video I did way back when the PC port got released.
Way back. How long has it been? 4, 5?
April.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yes, 5 months, something like that.
Yeah. How
Which
time flies.
it hasn't really done. While we're talking about that, how are you swapping models into the game?
Oh, so I don't want to get into the technicalities of it because chances are the way I'm doing it is completely wrong and it's just causing a game crashy mess. But what you can do, like someone came out recently with a video on how to replace music tracks in Bayonetta.
Okay.
And so, like, I didn't realize that the modding scene had got to a point where they could actually, because the thing is, the game files come in like these compressed .dat files. And I didn't realize that the modding scene had got to a point where they could actually extract everything and then put it back together. So what I just did was I just extracted the player model files, replaced it with like some other character model files, and then just packed it back together. And surprisingly, it works in most cases, depending on the character.
Because like, can you change Bayonetta to be Rodan?
I haven't tried that yet. I've tried Enzo, which is a mess. I've tried Luca, which is also a mess. I've tried the Umbran Elder, which is actually surprisingly good. The only problem is her face doesn't move with her body.
Have mapping. Okay, so it's like that one costume in Bayo 2. Gotcha.
Oh no, it's worse. It's worse than that. So it doesn't have the facial expressions, but her face actually floats around, like it's not actually rigged to the skeleton. So
this just sounds like face melting goodness.
But everything else is good. Like her legs look really good. What else? Cereza is actually probably the best mod that I got working because the thing,
probably
even though
because they actually give her a skeleton and stuff, presumably. I don't know.
Well, all the characters should have skeletons. I think the problem is just like they don't line up properly. So if you have like, for example, the Bayonetta model, she has those the hair drapes coming off, which also have their own unique like bones coming out of them.
Okay.
So if you were to attach a character like Enzo, who has like his giant coat, which also has bones coming out of him, it will rig like the coat to her hair bones. Like the legs seem to map to the legs, and the head seems to map to the head, but then everything else is just kind of like free for all. And so you get like it's a visual
amazing.
mess. But you can also do.
It's kind of like sorry.
I was gonna say you can also do. I made a mistake. I was trying to replace Bayonetta with Luca, and so the file name for Luca was like EF000 or something, and I accidentally copied EF00D, which was a model that they used for one of the film strip cutscenes. It's basically like a giant roll of film, and that worked. so you just walk around as a giant roll of film. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh! Why haven't you recorded all of this?
Because I want to get it to a point where actually I want to make it a proper mod first, because I wanted to do a joy mod.
Okay.
And Joy,
okay.
even though Joy lines are pretty much 1-to-1, it still doesn't work that well because, first of all, I don't know why. You know her giant ribbon?
Mm.
It basically just gets like warped into forms the more you move around, and then also her boobs are like pudding, where they like flail around.
Oh my god! I was gonna say because they gave it jiggle physics, there must be fucking jiggle physics on her breasts.
Yeah, they're crazy. I don't know why, because I think Bayo has jiggle physics as well, but it's different, slightly different, and I don't know. Yeah. Like, I've noticed it on the PC port, only because of, like, the super high resolution. Like, when you get up close, you can see a little bit of jiggle.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna take your word on that.
Not that I pay attention to that.
Look, breasts, everyone loves breasts, whether you're gay or not, you know? Everyone likes boobs. I haven't been looking that closely.
No, but, I missed out the cutest part, which was, if you use Cereza, during the cutscenes, like, you know, you've probably seen the video that I did where she, the guns are floating in front of her.
Yeah.
Her hands and that, but during actual gameplay, the guns actually do go to her feet and her hands, so she's got little gun stilettos.
Oh my
It's
god!
so cute.
Oh my god!
And gameplay-wise as well, it's very weird because even though she's got a smaller skeleton, like, her animations line up perfectly. If you taunt, she...
Can I see her do that axe kick?
The what?
You know when you go PP, as in with the kick and PPK.
PPK.
That, where she sort of like, it's like a massive sort of...
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah.
I'll record a whole bunch of the different characters now, I think. I'll put a video up on my channel, maybe.
Oh my god. I want to see Cereza with guns.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Cereza works very well. The only problem is during cutscenes she works fine, but during the gameplay, her glasses float off her face, kind of like that seems to be a recurring issue where things just float away. Yeah, it's very weird, but yeah. Gameplay wise, it all works well. Like I think Cereza's.
I want to play the game as a film strip.
that is a mess. What else was there?
So is there actually much happening in the modding community?
Well, the most recent thing I saw was that music mod. I haven't actually seen much else. Like texture swaps. I know people do texture swaps.
Yeah.
There's some pretty nice ones out there, but that's not really my thing. The model...
Yeah, someone made me aware of like some texture mods or palette swaps or whatever for Wicked Weaves and stuff.
Okay.
Which...
I mean...
There was one which was meant to be a high-res version of Bayo's outfit, and Shun is Catwoman. Okay, sure.
What, Catwoman?
Plus, I'm aware there was some person who was posting, which I think that's forums specifically for DMC. I think.
Oh, okay.
They were doing palettes or texture mods or whatever as well, and they were the one who did that kind of palette swap of the Umbran uniform that looked like Rosa's outfit, which was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just link it. Because there was one which is like a HD Bayonetta model with Scarborough Fair.
That's the one that I saw difference. That's what made me realise that model replacements were possible, because I thought up until that point I actually seen a player mod that was a model.
Okay.
Oh, and it's interesting because they're talking about. Sorry, I'm just reading off the mod website now. They say that they're working on a Star Fox mod, and so maybe they're trying to get the Bayonetta 2 models over
Nintendo costumes in.
Which that'd be interesting. I tried it myself; it didn't work, so maybe they got it figured out.
If Bayonetta 3 exists and her color is green, it's going to be awful. It better not be green.
I agree. Green is ugly.
As far as I'm concerned, the third color should be purple. If they even use Bayonetta at all, maybe it will be someone else completely different.
No, don't say that. I want Bayonetta. It's not Bayonetta without Bayonetta.
I guess they can't really get away with it as well as DMC. So that's like Devil May Cry, and yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, yeah, Devil May Cry had Nero, didn't it?
Yeah, it's got Nero, it's got Dante, it's got Virgil. You've also had this lady and some other bitch. I don't remember.
What was
her name.
Oh, Trish.
Yeah, that's the one.
What was do you know what the fan reaction was to that though? Because I wasn't even following the game when it was released, so I have no idea if people actually liked the idea of a new character.
From what I remember, I think DMC4 got a re-release and they added Trish and Trish, is it Lady? Whatever.
Lady, yeah.
It's not Lady.
It is Lady. It's some lady.
It's these two women, right? One's Dante's mum, but not really. The other one's some other lady.
Wait, is that the story? Is Trish Dante's mum?
So there's a lady who wears like a corset, like just on her boobs, and she's got long blonde hair. She looks like Dante's mum, but she isn't Dante's mum. That's the thing.
I thought they were love interests though.
Yeah, things are messed up. I don't know.
Okay.
For all I know, Dante is gay.
Oh, okay, that explains it.
I actually don't know because I have never played DNC, but I hear it seemed like gameplay with them was, it was good, so I don't think I would complain. Like, if they added some sort of DLC for Bayonetta where you could play as Lumen Sage and he wasn't trash, that would be cool.
Yeah. Lumen Sage wasn't that bad. Oh wait, are we talking about the enemy Lumen Sage or the playable Lumen Sage?
Playable Lumen Sage.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad.
No, he wasn't. I think he could have been fleshed out a little bit more. And every time I pick up Bayo 2, it just feels like I'm playing in molasses. I don't know if it's the same for you, but because they've widened the window for, say, when you trigger Beast Within, it just feels like that's technically more responsive, yes, but to me it feels like completely wrong and icky.
No, I agree with the Beast Within thing, definitely. Like that always throws me. And I hate how they got rid of the momentum when you jump out of it.
Oh my god, that is the worst thing. Like, why?
It feels wrong, it looks wrong, it's
wrong. It's all wrong. It's an abomination. Send it to hell.
Like, I can see why they did that though, because the enemies in that game are just like so super aggressive that you don't want people just jumping this way and that way, but if people are doing that, the problem is with the enemy design.
It just really bothered me because in Bayo 1, I'm always, dodging with the direction held so I can control where I'm dodging. But if I do that with the same rhythm in Bayo 2, I end up turning into a freaking cat of some sort. Yeah. So I don't do that. I just let go and I just hold dodge and I dodge, which means I can't really control the flow. And that's obviously just down to me more than anything, not being able to retrain myself. But man, why do they make such a fundamental change in the system? It's dodging. Bayonetta is all about dodging.
Yeah, there's a lot of minor tweaks in ways that just kind of throw the whole game feeling off.
It's really funny though, because a lot of people will say that Bayo 2 feels a lot more responsive, and they'll say it just feels better. And I think that sort of change is what they're reacting to.
Yeah, I think the animations, the attack animations are slightly faster, so it corresponds to a button push more quickly. So I think that's what people mostly talk about when they say that.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I've never really had issues with I'm pressing a button and she's not doing something. Although lately I have been having that problem, but I think that's maybe either I'm getting old or my PC is dying. But yeah. It's really surprising that in the last 6 months nothing really that Bayo-y has happened.
No,
we did kind of talk about the whole Kamiya Bayo 3 tease, but what kind of idiots are you believing anything that Kamiya says?
Well, first of all, I want to know what the tease was exactly, because as far as I'm concerned, he teases it every day through just his...
It's like when he used to say next week in games magazines, and people would take that seriously.
Was it like one specific tweet that people are talking about though?
I think it was, but I didn't see it, and I follow him. I didn't see anything mentioned about Bayo 3. But people will just latch onto any sort of mention of a sequel and like, Like, yeah, I'm thirsty for a sequel too, but I don't trust Kamiya. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I think I always think if he's saying something on Twitter, there's probably no truth to it, just because I reckon there'd be like non-disclosure agreements and all that Platinum Games have to abide by if there was a game in development. So
yeah,
it's kind of silly to think.
I feel like I was having this conversation with someone else, but it definitely wasn't online. So I was gonna say, it's been a while since Platinum Games have released anything major, hasn't it? Like,
ooh.
okay, their last big release was Nier Automata, and that's not even their game. They did the combat for that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because since Scalebound got cancelled, I guess there's nothing really to release.
So you have to think, what is in the pipeline for them? Because they haven't... the last major release, as far as I remember, was Bayo 2, and possibly the Star Fox game, which I did not even give a shit about.
Yeah, I have no idea if that was a collaboration, though, or...
Yeah, because the other releases were Transformers and the Turtles game, and I think maybe some other franchise game for Activision.
Well, they have been doing
So it's been...
PC ports for Vanquish and that.
Oh,
I don't know.
have they actually been doing?
Oh, what was that, Sega?
Maybe it was Sega, or maybe it was... because I'm pretty sure Platinum Games did not work on the PC port for Bayo. Or maybe,
Okay.
I don't know. I might be wrong there. But my point being, it's been 2 years since a major release. Maybe up to 3 if you count Bayo 2 as their last actual IP release as opposed to a franchise release. So what the hell are they doing?
There's a couple of games that they are working on that I'm aware of, like some god open world RPG thing, I think.
Really?
The Blue Fantasy or something? Power Blue Fantasy?
Oh.
Is that a thing? Am I just making something up here?
No, I do remember that. I don't know whether it was their game or whether it was another deal, kind of like what happened with Nier.
Okay, let's see.
I do know, you didn't just make it up though, I imagined it with you.
Grand Blue Fantasy. There it is. And there's also Lost Order, which... I don't know if these are their games completely, but... Oh, actually, no, one's a mobile game, so never mind.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because, yeah, dang, haven't done a game in a while. Platinum, what are you doing? And JP Kellums has left, so you don't have some snarky white boy telling you what to do.
See, that has me worried, because if he was handling all the, like... Not localization, but, like, if people in the office were asking him about
basically
how...
just sort of interaction with English-speaking companies, because they're obviously a Japanese company. Less familiar with how, I guess, Western companies work, so I'm assuming he was kind of the bridge for that. And I think now he's working at EA or something. Or something.
Yeah,
else.
it was EA.
Working on a sports game.
Yeah, soccer or football or something. It's a big change. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm assuming he didn't leave with any bad blood, but that's really strange.
Yeah, I reckon he was just so disappointed by Scalebound that he just had to have a change of pace. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, I remember looking at Scalebound gameplay. It didn't look great.
Nah. I shouldn't say that, but nah, it really didn't.
Like, I know people were hyped about it because it was Platinum Games and it was Kamiya and it was Dragons, but it just didn't look like a Kamiya game.
It was an attempt to try something different, I'm pretty sure. But whether or not that's something that Platinum Games are good at remains to be seen. I mean, they kind of did it with Nier, I suppose, but...
I will play that.
Oh boy.
I am gonna play that. Have you played it, right?
I've done like one playthrough, which
so
I know
you got all the endings or
well,
whatever.
no, because that's the thing. Everyone says like the thing about Nier is you have to get all the endings, which, you know,
that sounds
so
really
much effort.
tedious.
It already is tedious. I'm only on the second playthrough.
Oh man.
Well, like the gameplay, I won't spoil too much, but you know, yeah, I just don't have the
Look,
time.
all I know is, and I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong in saying this, you're playing a cheesecake character who you can look up her skirt, and the gameplay is passable, but it's more about the music and the story. I don't think I'm wrong here in saying that 2B is a fucking cheesecake character.
Oh, I like the design.
Yeah, I like the design too. She's freaking hot. But I also resent the fact that she's basically designed in every single way to appeal to a man's taste. Or yeah.
It's actually very weird as well during the game. There's kind of some, I guess, exploity moments, but it's weird because she looks like she's 12. And the same with her assistant, what's his name, 9S. He looks like he's 12 as well. And like there's like blood and
I can
guts
buy
and...
that he's 9S, that he's 12 or whatever, but she's got breasts.
Well, no, I don't think they're supposed to be 12. That's the thing. I think they're supposed to be like, well, they're androids. But...
I'm gonna say they're probably given the nature of this kind of thing, they're probably about 18, so just legal, probably. But yeah, 9S definitely does not 9S does not look like anything like a young man.
Oh, actually, it's really funny though because one of the main enemies in the game looks like Jean with the hair.
Oh, really?
Like the big draping hair.
Ah, is that the other? I've seen 3 characters that they normally cosplay together. It's the boy, 2B, and there's a woman wearing nothing but basically torn stockings and long hair, and she's.
No, it's not that one. It's one of the. It's a male android, but it's got long hair.
Okay, I can buy that. All right. I mean, I will be playing the game after I finish my Uncharted 4 playthrough. So if y'all haven't been watching me stream, please don't, because I'm really bad at these games when I'm not playing Bayonetta.
I see. Uncharted doesn't interest me, but I did tune in for one of your streams, and it was just you running around this boss fight arena, just chucking nades.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
It was painful to watch.
Yeah, and it was painful to play. I really freaking hate that boss fight, and obviously because I'm also not good at the game. I've only played through that game like at most 3 times. It's not the kind of game you play repeatedly for fun, you know?
Yes, it's a story game.
Yeah, the fight with Lazarevich is terrible. Non-stop infinite running around, yep.
Yep. Oh, is that what we called it? Yeah, non-stop infinite cycling, I think it was.
Yeah. That's basically what you're supposed to do. You're in an arena which is circular, and you've got a guy who's got a shotgun and can throw grenades at you, and you're supposed to try and blow him up using the blue sap. So you just gotta keep running. You can't stop running because he'll catch you, and you can't melee him. You just gotta keep running around. Yeah, it's not fun.
See, that seems so absurd to me because I thought Uncharted was like a super serious, like, kind of, like adventure kind of game, but then you have like that blue goo that mutates people. Like, where did that come from?
I mean, if you're at all familiar with the series, which I'm assuming you're not, it does kind of mix between super serious and super campy and just super dorky. So it's kind of like, I just say it's Tomb Raider without the tits plus Indiana Jones.
I never played Tomb Raider, so...
Oh, okay. Well, I think most people who played Tomb Raider had very formative experiences with her and her polygonal breasts.
How far technology has come since then.
Technology has come very far. Now you can just play Beyond Dead or Alive. No, it's just Dead or Alive, isn't it? The volleyball game?
Oh, the volleyball? Oh. What is it? No, I think it's Dead or Alive Volleyball Edition or something. I think that's it.
But you know the game I'm talking about, right? There's just a whole bunch of women in just very skimpy bikinis playing volleyball. Maybe
it's a very good sports game, you don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's got a lot of depth. Maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. I'm not going to try and judge it just on face value. Anyway, I'm going to keep this one short because, because I don't want to have to edit a really long video. So, I just want to say, I'm going to put a poll in the video for this one because I need to start recording new stuff and I need people to vote on costumes. So, please vote on costumes.
And you're continuing with the Wii U version, is that right?
Yes, I will be finishing the Wii U version so that I can move on to the PC version and do another playthrough on that, maybe.
Neat.
I'm gonna release a separate video talking about that because I kind of need to figure out what I'm doing with this channel. I could just abandon the channel, but I like Bayo, and I want to keep doing Bayo things, but I'm running out of things to do. Like, there's only so many times I can play through the game with a different character.
Yeah, I'm running out of things to suggest as well. I think Bayonetta's dead.
You do. It is kind of dead. Yeah, but you do like cool things, like you know, swapping in models, or you know, you find weird little glitches or whatever that are interesting. Me, I just record videos and put music on it.
They're fun videos to watch though, so there's solace in that.
Well, that's something. But yeah, I will be putting out a video in future to kind of just discuss the future of this channel, because I want everyone's input on this, because I just need some ideas. But yeah, this should go out, let me think when I'm free. I'm gonna say next week. Let's just try next week. So I'm recording this on the 4th of October and it damn well better come out soon. And given this is the end of the video, I should probably do some plugs.
Wait a minute. It's the 5th of October. Accountability.
Okay, it's the 5th, sorry. Daylight savings fucked me up.
Yeah, sure.
So, some plugs. I am going to be participating in a podcast on the 8th of this month. It's a podcast called Cane and Rinse. They'll be specifically talking about Bayo 2, and for whatever reason they decided to invite me to talk about Bayo 2, fully knowing that I absolutely don't like the game. So that will be a really interesting conversation to be had, so keep your eyes out for that. Also, I have set up links now for donations, or I guess really technically they're tips. If you at all like my videos and you want to chuck in some money, feel free to do that. I will do a shout out in the next video of everyone who has done so. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to say anything?
Give me money too. That's it.
Yeah. If you send me money, I will split the savings with Ursa.
Oh boy.